my kids got on here a long time ago and had tried to play it, and I'm starting it. I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. Alright, I just read that. Her hands were thin and delicate with a gentle pale skin. Her nails slender, long but cut short. She never wore a wedding ring for fear it would interfere with her song, and she played beautifully. Beckett would sit with his paper and let the music wash around him, the notes striking against convention, an array of perfectly timed mistakes against a canvas of mournful beauty. An office of a tracing agent. Not yet. Well, what could we possibly... No, I like that one better. Okay. Yeah. Let's play. Take me there. We are all memories waiting to happen. We are all memories waiting to fade. No little boxes, just massive hulking containers. The intersection of surface and sky is broken and fractured. The streets swarm with insects, pavements blackened under the relentless march of Boro's labor machine. Yellow piss flows in wandering channels among those creamy pockmarks spat from decaying mouths. And here, at the third floor window of a nondescript concrete block, stands Beckett. He pulls at a stubborn hair anchored deep in his nose and grimaces as he repeatedly fails to remove it with his fingers. Okay. This? Oh. This? Okay. Hello, Dream. You having a good morning? Good afternoon? Yee. Just click on. Oh. Nothing else. Storage room. The handle is cold under Beckett's hand. He shuts his eyes and stands motionless, an emptiness deep in his chest. Now was not the time. There are other things to be done. Okay. $14 more to go. Ooh, pizza for breakfast. Yum. Beckett stops. He picks at the bandage, first with his nails, then with his teeth. Gaining traction, he peels it from his hand. The cut shows no sign of infection. The gauze holds a dark, muddy blood. After 5. A letter. Odd. Notice board. Final impressions. Beckett has made his career out of the misfortune of others. Thousands of pen marks on the cork. In the court. People have always disappeared. They have their reasons. Some want to be found, others don't. The rest couldn't care either way. Janie Crimson was Janie Crimson was fished out of the water. Yet here on the board she smiles at Beckett with life in her eyes. He dropped these images into the file, into the cabinets out of existence, once the paperwork was complete. Okay. Well. Beckett reaches over and taps the sealed conical shade of his desk lamp. Inside, the decorative moths spring to life, its dry wings clapping frantically. Across the desk, shadows dance. The lamp had been a gift from a client. It arrived a few months back. The moth should have needed to be replaced by now. Wow. Paperwork. Records of existence. Held in cabinets while memories fade. Our final imprint on acid-free paper by the hand of a tracing agent. Beckett knows these pages will last longer than he will, which is all that matters. From his jacket, he extracts a ballpoint pen. It holds an engraving. What it says doesn't matter. Also in his pocket, keys, a notebook, and a wallet. In his wallet is a picture of Amy, her face softened by Beckett's touch. His notebook is filled with the words he can't remember writing. He has more keys than locks. Faceless conversations and meaningless exchanges. Empty lies and misinformation. They call with pathetic cries, wanting answers. They call wanting resolve. He never calls out. Well, aren't you just a very depressing person? Oh, a letter at the door. That's odd, it says. In blue ink are the words, Najinsky's at 8. What's in the envelope doesn't matter. The handwriting is his own. He shoves the letter into his inside pocket. He keeps his jacket on. Saves on the heating bill. Ew. Vermin. Poison. Death. Poison, death, mouse. Death mouse. Death mouse 5. Death mouse 5. Go. This way. So is that it? Wait. Did I go this way? No, I didn't. A frame. I miss you. Amy Zabinski. Oh. Time passes without you slowly, Amy. Phone's ringing. Phone's jangling. Let's answer it. Hello? Spoke Beckett. I need your help, a woman replied. Transcript of the call between Beckett and Daisy Starlight. Hello, I need your help. What? You've got the wrong number. Mr. Beckett, please, I'm desperate. My son. I need you to find my son. I don't do domestic cases. Try the police. This isn't a game, Mr. Beckett. Beckett. Excuse me? Beckett. My name is Beckett. Just Beckett. Oh, I do apologize. Forget it. Can we speak about my son? He didn't turn up to work this morning. As I said, I don't do domestics. But please, they said you'd help. They? Who is this? My name? Oh, yes. Daisy Starlight, Miss Daisy Starlight. As I've tried to explain, my son is missing. Miss Starlight? Yes. I don't do domestics. Call ends. Uh-oh. Functional response. Beckett pulls at his eyebrows. Reflect. Something inside. Breathe. He considers, then dismisses the call, squinting to inspect the thick gray hairs. 2 of them that he held between his fingers. His nails needed cut. Dirt collects under their ridge. He doesn't care. Amy cared. But that was a long time ago. Hand in hand through the back streets of Borough walk patrons of its underground bars. It's in pairs that we survive. It's alone we die. This world isn't designed for loners. This world that lives in our heads. With each lost soul, a world is extinguished. There's been an increase of late. Nijinsky's at 8. A note written. A note written in blue ink. His pen. In a manic scrawl. His hand. A meeting that's failed to form a memory. A client? No recollection. No obvious connection. Beckett couldn't care less. Life is a relentless series of tasks, each killing time until the next. Get to the point. Stop wasting time. Soon there will be only one thing left. How long for you, Beckett? How long? Beckett descends to the surface level, his office sealed with a series of deadbolts and locks. Early evening brings with it a sense of peace for Beckett. The faint drift of sea air cleanses the stench of industry and clears the skies. Seagulls offer only a faint cry. Nijinsky's is a bar. Beckett needs a drink. He's had it with today. Got the time? Said the man. Beckett could just about make the person underneath its grime. Sure. It's 7:30, spoke Beckett. Gonna give me something to help the pain? Said the man. Couple coppers for a cuppa? You shouldn't be here, spoke Beckett. I've no choice. Wasn't fit to work. Now, give us something, will you? Sorry. Prick. It is, it's a point-and-click psychological horror game. It involves, a lot of reading, and the farther that we get on, the more, demented it's supposed to get. The character that we play as, Beckett, has apparently, the way I take it, he's lost his wife. And he is miserable, just a miserable old fart who doesn't want to live. The alleyways are home to Burroughs' unfortunates. At one time, Beckett would have been sympathetic. He shakes his head and he watches as the creature scuttles away out of sight. The city couldn't care less for those who don't contribute to its cause. Beckett is useful. For now, at least. Nothing else to click on. Making my way downtown, walking fast. Oh. Oh, we're at Nijinsky's. Intercom. Okay. Click. Hello, can I help you? I'm here to drink. Of course you are. Welcome to Nijinsky's. I'm sitting here wrapped up in a blanket from head to toe, and I don't feel good. That's why I wanted a really cool, different game. Gotta get my PlayStation just ain't working right. The sound on it. Alright. Let's see who all's in Nijinsky's. Nobody I can click on. Oh, wait. Go back. Shit. I hope I can go back. There was a board here. Here. Stop. Go back. You're not gonna let me go back. Oh, it was a picture. Sexy lady. Okay. Oh. A singular dance. Sometimes Beckett can feel the blood in his veins pushing under his skin in thick, rhythmic pulses. This music brings no memories. It's a modern tape. His lungs open and exhale, scratching inside. He takes a moment. Nijinsky's at 8. He's early. He's always early. Take a seat, order a drink, use this time to reflect. Read the paper that's tucked under your arm. Forget. Just for a moment. Forget. Wow, what do we have here? We got attractive woman who has lips and legs. What it is? Jean-Paul. Forever lost. Young lovers. Look like 2 little jellyfish. Alright, let's talk to the attractive lady. Oh, her nails have a thickness that comes with age. Fingers resting on cheap golden tights. She smiles with her eyes. Beckett lowers his. At the nape of her neck is an insect. Its legs scratching small lesions into her flesh. A common variety, probably purchased from the flea market today. Caster's stall, no doubt. Her skin is stretched. Her glass is empty. Whoa. The barman greets Beckett with a familiar smile. Enamel-painted white, lips glossed pink, eyes framed in black. For Jean-Paul, life is a show. Beckett finds his pretense refreshing. The whole place smells of flowers. It stirs up memories that he forces back into the darkness. Hey, handsome. Good to see you back again. Can I tempt you with the rose ghost? It's sublime, he says. Beckett's drink is Whiskey Mac. It's what his father drank. As a rule, Beckett sticks to what he knows. Oh, I can choose. Okay. Coming right up. Beckett checks his watch, then unfolds the newspaper, casting his eyes over its headlines and attempting to make sense of the world. The Echo. Anger over drug echoes. We feel the blame lies elsewhere. Desperate people getting dole in isolation. MPs face quizzing over factory debts. How dare they? Help us know again. Tragedy looms. The old life. Sex. Wife's head banged on pavement. Employment delays. Indecency charges. Thinking of tomorrow? Stolen days. Courts give town plan priority. Beckett, you'll be late. What? Shit. Two people lost in each other's company, filled with each other's presence, riding high on the distraction of love and lust. Forever and ever and ever, forever lost. No matter. Okay, so what do you want me to do? Excuse me, spoke Beckett. I was hoping you'd come say hi. I like your hair. Not many people wear it like that nowadays. Her smile catches Beckett off guard. Her teeth are immaculate. So you gonna buy me a drink? I'll have a dance poem. Get JP to put an extra shot in there, will ya? I'm enjoying a moment's peace. Jean-Paul makes another drink. Jean-Paul makes up another drink. The woman is called Mixie, and she claims to have seen Beckett here before. He nods and pretends that he recognizes her face. She is a widower with a single child. She's looking after her grandson while her daughter is at work. Would you be a darling and check on him, she asks. I'm sure he's fine, but I really should check. It's a small favor. He's over by the stage. By means of explanation, she pulls up her sequin skirt and raps her knuckles, 1, 2, 3, on a wooden leg beneath. The thigh is stained with deep mahogany. Beckett flashes a false smile. Amy used to joke about his un-Samaritan-like demeanor. For her, he would have done anything. That was then, Mixie is now. Yet the emergence of the baby has soured things. They say parental love is unconditional, and it's a powerful emotion, unlike anything you've ever felt before. Beckett never knew what it was like to have children. The pain must be beyond comprehension when they are taken away. Flyer. The girl wears something, dress, green, blue, orange, swirls and circles. She sits with a man wearing polished shoes and a black jacket. She reaches over, touches his groomed hair, then on retreat pulls at the hem of her dress. Her black tights lead to gold trainers. Her nails are painted scarlet. Small green shelled insect. Okay. Hey, Beckett. Over here. The city representative. A carry cod. The baby is fine, sleeping soundly, a blessing that Beckett never had. He was a restless child. Sleep brought fear. He would scream first out of loss, then confusion, then pain. His mother would comfort him, and his father had stricter methods. I am talking to a guy with half a head. And so the man approaches, dashing knight, valiant soldier of misfortune. I see you haven't bought a new suit. Has business been poor? Poor Beckett, the city representative said. What do you want? Spoke Beckett. A question direct. Not wanting to dance, dear? Your choice. Take Starlight's case. No, thank you. Not interested. Ah, you're a wordsmith, a rare talent wasted on the day-to-day of a mere tracing agent. Alas, we don't care. Take the case. The city representative makes a dramatic sweep with his arm, coming to rest as a pointed finger and signpost to the seat opposite. There's no choice. That's right. Take a load off. You're looking old, Beckett. Poor old Beckett. Why am I here? Spoke Beckett. Again, such directness. We applaud your dedication and deduction. The boy is on our list. That he has fallen off the map, so to speak, is a worrying development. He won't be far. Perhaps. Oh, and there's another teensy-weensy thing from us to you. The city representative reaches long fingers into his jacket pocket and pulls out a small matchbox. He places it on the table between them. Oh my God. The city representative, when he talks, it's the sound of grinding teeth. And that's rough. Look here. Look what's in my matchbox. Where are you going? Is that a finger? No. It looks like a grub finger. What do you want me to do with this thing? Oh, close it. You want me to plant this? Oh, it's a bug. A literal bug. On the mother. Yes. You have your methods, Beckett. Gah! You have your methods, Beckett. You're a master of your craft. But we offer a suggestion. Let the bug onto her bedroom pillow. Once she rests her head, we will establish contact. This isn't conventional. Do your job, Beckett. It's not a request. Plant the bug, find the boy, call him. Call him in, hurry. These most simple of tasks to chip away at your sin. Before long, you'll be free, Beckett. Poor Beckett. Now, fuck off. Fine. I hate hearing you talk anyways. A slight hesitation in his step betrays Beckett's intent. He returns to the bar. Does he? Okay. Poor soul. A young man sits with tears in his eyes. The seat next to him is empty, and his heart aches. Oh, she left him. Pick yourself up, move on. Can I not walk over and comfort him? Nope. Hey, your lady friend left this for you. JP hands Beckett a scrap of paper with the words, "Thanks, sweetheart," on it. She said thanks for checking on her baby. A sour metallic taste lingers in his mouth. Beckett glances again at the scrap of paper and tosses it onto the bar. There's a dull ache in Beckett's bladder that he should respond to. A feeling that reminds him of time spent cross-legged in school classrooms. Okay. A mirror. Wow. This is pretty damn cool. It's different. For a moment, Beckett shuts out the world. The city representative has spoken. Reflect. Pick up the Starlight case tomorrow. Plant the bug, find the boy, call him in. Gotta have gas money for that. A zoo in some city that wasn't their own. Beckett and Amy licked ice cream cones and smiled at the caged animals. Leopards walking in continuous circles, chimpanzees shaking their head, and orangutans sitting motionless, returning stares from the other side of reinforced plastic glass. Children laughed and made faces. Beckett and Amy kissed in the sun. A rare moment. Later they would make love on unfamiliar sheets. A cockroach scuttles from under the bed, and Beckett thinks nothing of it. Amy stood naked in front of the bathroom mirror. Beckett stood behind her and held her breast. Their heads gently touched, and Beckett misunderstood Amy's deep sorrow for love. Beneath his fingertips, fate had just set its death machine to work. Just a speck for now. Nothing but a speck. Give it time, Beckett. This body is mine. What? Do you miss me? Not if that's how you look. Why am I here? Poor bastard. These flats formed part of a grandiose vision for a Brasilia west of the city, which collapsed when the politicians driving the development ended up behind bars on corruption charges. At least, that's what the papers said. Nevertheless, the flats were built and, failing to attract buyers, were handed to the borough council, who chose to use the space to house its problem families and for those with least. That was 30 years ago, and the wiring hasn't been changed since. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Courtyard. Juvenile alternatives. Children bring back the past. Where's Bobby McVeigh now? They met at primary school. They formed an instant friendship and bond. They would spend hours drawing together on a single sheet, working on a unified vision. It was progressive. Two children scrawling a different version of events. Sharks swam the streets. Chickens sat perched on the lampposts, and people rode bicycles with many wheels. There was harmony, no death. That was kept from reality. Angels flew in the sky among balloons with delicate strings clutched by badly drawn hands. The streets were filled with people from different lands, many holding hands. Men and women smiled in equal measure, and there was no notion of money nor hardship. It was the kind of dream that drew itself. It was unpredictable and sincere. Sometimes Bobby appears in Beckett's dreams. He aged some, but not like Beckett. His is just a notion of age. Beckett remembers when Bobby was taken away. He and his parents left a borough in the county. They promised to keep in touch in a time of pen and ink. For a while, but not for long. The words became less and the intent became hollow. They moved on. Then nothing. Okay. Reminiscing about a friend. Crane fly. There are a dozen or so crane flies lying dead on the floor. Beckett stoops down and picks one up, examining it between his thumb and forefinger. Suffocation. The insect hangs limp, and his focus shifts from its thin legs to the hairs on the back of his hand. His hands were becoming his father's. Beckett had always feared his father's hands. He misunderstood the liver spots as large freckles and had assumed they had always been there. Now he knew they were a sign of death. Death was coming for him. He throws the insect away and drops it to the floor without a sound. Yeah, it's a bug. Dead fly. Ring it. Ring that doorbell. Several thumps. The approach of a rhinoceros. The door swings open and the hulking form of Daisy Starlight stands in silhouette. Hands on hip and handle. Bosom heaving. She is taller than Beckett. She is dressed in furs and smells of oak and tobacco. Hold on a second. What? Her smile flashes yellow and red before an oily... deep freezer, baby. I'm sorry. Before her... wait. Her smile flashes yellow and red before an oily tongue sweeps her teeth. Ew. I'm glad you came, Mr. Beckett, she said. Please, come inside. Oh my God, her talking is somebody sucking their teeth. You are about to enter the house of Daisy Starlight. Please sign here. Beckett. When she talks, it's like... She takes a single step back, leaving a slim passage for Beckett to scoot on by. Oh. Yeah. Beep. Her ears are small, light brown hair tied up into a ludicrous bun. Hey, I wear a bun. Tied atop her plump head with beady eyes. Follow me, she says. Sorry, my cover was tangled up in my computer chair. I had to... God mighty, that was rough. Alright. Family portrait. Portrait. Oh. Gorgeous family. Who am I to laugh at them? Gorgeous. Her Never mind. Beckett's even more of a savage. Let's see. Scoot over, get out of my way. Gotta have my mouse to click. Wow. Please come into the kitchen. Ooh, but there's so many places I can go. Come on, can I click anywhere else? No, I can't. Would you like tea, Mr. Beckett? Or gin? We'll have some tea. Just tea, please. I do like to watch a man drink tea, Mr. Beckett. Beckett. Just Beckett. Not Mr. Just Beckett. Yes, yes. Now please take a seat at the table. I'll be just a moment. I can't get the music back on. Oops. Candies, flowers, a seat. My peregrine. Is that how you say his name? My peregrine brings me flowers, Mr. Beckett. All right, I'll sit. Crooked smiles. They sit at the kitchen table in a moment's silence. There is a bowl of white sugar cubes. He takes two and stirs them into the orange water. Its surface... Its surface diffracts artificial light into a shifting rainbow of colors. He brings the cup to his lips, turns the light back on, and sucks the liquid through his teeth, it passing easily through the gaps and over the dimpled sockets. His smile was once his best feature.
Love you, Mommy.
Love you too. I can assume that you haven't heard from your son, spoke Beckett. Peregrine? No, he hasn't come home, and I'm terribly worried. I need you to tell me the facts. No lies. Lies are of no use to me. He must be a private investigator. Of course, I'm so very grateful that you've taken the time to see me. The story of Peregrine Starlight. I hope I'm not butchering that name. Peregrine was a special child. He was smart, did well at school. He wasn't good at mixing with other children. The headmaster called him an outcast. Stupid man. But he made a few friends, and his disfigurement didn't cause him much bother. Not really. Most of all, he found pleasure in books. His room was his retreat from the world. He would keep earwigs like any other child, but he was special. The teachers said so. In his teenage years, he grew in confidence. Not much in height. He no longer shied away from the other boys. He brushed off their cruelty. Oh, it must be somebody laughing like a donkey. It must have been hard going bald before your 18th birthday. He does have hair, but you mainly see head. He has such a beautiful round head. He grew all of his hair. He grew his hair all that it could and tied it back in a golden ponytail. He graduated from school and headed to the city. where I lost him for a few years. He had become a man, going his own way in the world. I think he was doing non-prescription drugs. I told him to never stray from what you know, but I think that was the trigger. He took a job as an assistant at one of the city desks. He was doing well until he started showing the signs. They called me his work. They said Peregrine was acting oddly. I should have known straight away. The soft paranoia. His granddad had that. Kept him from fighting in the war. Ended him locked up in the madhouse. When I got to the city, Peregrine told me his colleagues were out to get him. They would laugh and talk about him behind his back, and he would cry in my arms. Poor baby. Of course I believed him. I'm his mother, after all. So I went to his manager and we spoke of the accused. They all seemed like nice children, and they claimed to have been my Peregrine's friends. No. I stuck by my Peregrine. Like him, I also saw the monsters beneath their skins. I said we would start legal proceedings unless this was resolved. The next day I found Peregrine curled up in his bathtub, weeping uncontrollably. My baby said they were whispering to him, his colleagues. They were sending whispered thoughts. He was convinced. And then I found him wandering the streets without his clothes. He was signed off work permanently and diagnosed with having the soft paranoia. It must skip a generation. All legal proceedings were dropped and I brought him back to the borough. That was a year ago, almost to the day. Back at home, Peregrine shows signs of improvement. He was happy. I'm sure of it. He would smile. Back in his room, with his books, he'd go for walks in Monument Park and bring back flowers, hand-picked for me. And he would always come back. Always. He knows I worry about him. He is a lovely child, a kind child, innocent. And the increased dose is working wonders. Arnold, his uncle, he lives here with us, said Peregrine would need to start paying his way. He was assessed, and he said he was capable of working. He wasn't opposed to the idea either. His uncle is a foreman at the construction site, building all those new homes. He got him a job. Even the doctor said it would be good for him. Some of his classmates are there too. He'd rekindle friendships, meet people again. And the extra money is a big help. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Beckett, but we're not a rich family. This coat is inherited, and my jewelry is a present from an admirer. For a time, he seemed so happy. Then 2 days ago, he left for work as usual. He seemed a little agitated, but I let it go. I let him go. I shouldn't have let him go. He didn't turn up, and he didn't come back. Oh, Mr. Beckett, I think he's in trouble. He must be. I can't go to the police. He's a grown man now. They'd laugh. Or worse, they might inform the authorities, and he would be taken away from me just like his father. I'd never see him again. He's my baby, my only child. They told me you would help. I'm so glad you've come. Oh, shit. He was right. He wasn't hallucinating. They are all after him, and now he's probably dead. I'll find your son, but first, I need you to sign this. Daisy looked confused. This was unexpected. Is this normal? She said. This just states my rate and stipulates that this cost is unvarying, regardless of whether I find your son or if he turns up in a non-living state. You know? You mean dead? Oh no, Peregrine's not dead. I'd know if he were dead. We're very close. It would be useful to have a look about. Of course. Let's go into the living room.
Thank you for my 2 shorts. So I can wear like pants.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not here.
Oh, he was waiting on me. I was waiting on her. He picks them from Monument Park. He loves his mother very much. Don't we need a contract? Okay. Go back out. To the living room. Daisy deposits her hulking form into the threadbare sofa. Once upholstered in opulent red velvet, she smiles at Beckett and reaches for the remote control. I decorated this room myself. Damn, I'm going to have to be a detective. Lovely. Okay. I get those from the market when I have a little spare change. It's the little things in life that bring me happiness. That and my Peregrine. The woman lets out a whimper, then returns to her television. A mirror. A photo. I was beautiful in my youth. You can see that, can't you? I guess. Bookcase. The bookcase is filled with cheap romances and self-help paperbacks. An assortment of trinkets and objects of no material worth are placed ad hoc on the shelves. Oh, we get to watch a show? No way.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry that had to happen.
I'm glad he came. I want you to be sure. Very sure. I want you to be sure.
That's so cool. We could actually... Okay, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and watch the whole thing, but that's still cool. Alright. Display case.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry.
In the cabinet is an array of Toby jugs and other pointless items purchased from mail order catalogs and hoarded from personal satisfaction. Okay. We're not religious, Mr. Beckett. I keep that statue as it reminds me of Peregrine and I. Okay, ma'am, madam, missy, I'm leaving. I guess. No?
I understand because I do love you. And I always shall.
Seems nervous. Like Beckett, she no longer wears a wedding ring. Peregrine's room is downstairs, Mr. Beckett. The first door on your right. I've tried not to tidy it too much. He'd thrown a few things about.
I want you to be sure.
Down here? Yes! Oh my lord. Ooh. Well, if this is his room, let's investigate everything. Whoa. Spare room. We have a suitcase. property of Arnold Greyhound. Arnold Greyhound. Oh. Arnold Greyhound sleeps in a bag on the floor in the spare room of his sister's house. Was this the life he aspired to? Was this the expected outcome when he shoved his into a co-worker's behind? She's assumed his infidelity was with another woman, and Arnold would never have it known otherwise. I see. He lives out of a suitcase. He seeks forgiveness, but he will never escape his sin. That it? That's it. Cool. Alright. How about this next door? Bathroom. A rummaging in the cabinet, he finds a number of pill bottles. 2 were issued from the infirmary from its mental health department. The consultant is stated as the reality principal. There is a shudder down his spine. In Beckett's left hand, Mr. Peregrine Starlight. In Beckett's right hand, Miss Daisy Starlight. So they're both on medication. The reality principle. The city has chose to relocate its mental health research facility within the borough's infirmary, and the politician Grundy Jones has been fundamental in making this happen. It was a backhand deal to remove problem patients from the city. That Peregrine is under the treatment of the reality principle speaks volumes about his condition. The city representative must have known this. Daisy's medication is unexpected. The cabinet door glides shut. Okay. Cleaning product lined the shelves as a statement of intent. He takes a piss and runs cold water over his hands. He has done a poor job at shaving. This annoys him. Forget it. Elsewhere, a number of tubes and bottles. He recalls his mother's essentials, as she'd call them. Moisturizers, toner, and conditioner. He felt a huge love for this woman as her youth fell away, and Beckett realized that she was worried about maintaining her looks, and by reasoning was a vulnerable person who feared the opinion of others. She was a child inside. We all are. Her routine became part of her life, the present slipping into the future. He wasn't always there. Even alone in the house, she'd still rub cream into her skin. Beckett would be doing other things. This wasn't her reality, not his, an outsider. Beckett steadies himself against the sink. He misses his mother. She'd been dead for decades, younger than him when she died. Younger than him in his head, anyway. In the bath is a scattering of seashells. He picks one out and rubs its surface between his thumb and forefinger. As a child, Beckett would spend hours on the beach collecting shells in a plastic tub. His mother would stand near, her dress catching in the wind, one hand protecting her modesty and the other one anchoring her hat to her head. Totally pointless, Dad would say. Beckett thought they were beautiful. Alright, this is Daisy's room. The picture shows Daisy Starlight in her youth. Letting go of what was is never easy. The beautiful Daisy Starlight, desirable, taking the world to her advantage. This is the reality she wants. Locked behind glass frames, the brain offers a distorted reality. The flowers on her dresser look hand-picked like the ones in the kitchen. There is a book its spines broken, its pages worn. Beckett refrains from entering this world. Daisy is lonely and she craves another life, an escape from the waking world. Beckett imagines her touch. Beckett shuts his eyes to clear these thoughts. Beckett can hear the television's hiss and whine from the floor above. He sees Daisy staring into its glare, a flickering other world where everything works out, where love is something eternal and doesn't discriminate. He sees her wandering hands and darting eyes. He hears her descend the stairs in the heavy brush of the carpet as she follows him into her room. There are rose petals on the bed. Clear your head, Beckett, clear your head. In the mirror, Beckett sees the old man that he has become. He pulls at his face. His eyelids are starting to sag like his mother's did. Flesh and decay. He picks up a rose-colored bottle and brings it to his nose. No memories. Just a sickly sweet smell. Beckett, it's time. Take your time. Don't waste time. Plant the bug. Beckett takes a small box from his overcoat pocket and slides open its lid. Inside, the milky white grub squirms against its padded mattress. It has grown. Beckett lifts the creature with his thumb and forefinger, its translucent body writhing in silent response. In the bedroom light, he can see the black beads inside and a mangle of fine electrical wires. He opens the pillowcase and gently places the larva inside. Its instinct is to nuzzle into the soft fabric, waiting for a living host. He notices small yellow stains on the white padding in the box. The grub's sack has torn. Ill. Can I, nope, I can't do nothing. Peregrine's room. Morgellon and Ekbom. Morgellon and Ekbom live here, reads the print of a theater ticket that Beckett picks from the bin. A play. It sits amongst tissues. The date and the time of the performance are legible. The night before last. On its reverse, Starlight ×2 written in blue ink. The theater is over the end of town. Beckett hasn't seen the show, but he knows the venue. The bookshelves are an assortment of artifacts. Peregrine occupies his mind with its construction. Wow. That looks really cool. Whispered thoughts for the dead using ink and lead. He finds a notebook hidden between two volumes. Its pages are filled with rant. On its cover, notes for the dead using ink and lead. The writing is an impossible scrawl to read. Beckett turns over pages 1, 2, and 3. Beneath her fragrant skin, no serpents squirm. Only beauty, like flowers in bloom. Monument Park in June. Your face lives behind my eyes. The monsters retreat when you smile. It's true, the sun breaks through. Butterflies tear from the glue that holds them tight, and try as I might, I can't stop their fluttering inside. I can imagine our kiss. I can imagine our kiss. Your eyes alight, my tears distort sight. But the image is clear. I love you, despite my fear. I'm stopping the pills for you. The night draws near, and the cards line up. Fate dictates. Mother awaits. She will understand. You're not from this land, but that's fine. Your skin is different, like mine. I think. I hope. She better not interfere, like she has before. Stupid woman. It is insufferable. Beckett can read no more. The room is oppressive. The bed shows signs that the boy wets himself. Old trainers are pushed under it, and nearby an old wooden desk has the letters P and J scratched onto the surface over and over again. He could look elsewhere, in drawers, between books, behind the curtains, but there's nothing of interest. All right. Beckett rubs his eye and picks something from the corner, flicking it absent-mindedly onto the hallway rug. He imagines Daisy slumped on her sofa, dreaming of a better life through the pages of a trashy novella. We always want what we can't have. Was there any point in revisiting the rooms? He has had enough to go on. Yeah.
Even if you want the marriage dissolved, I'd understand because I do love you.
Daisy sits with a nervous smile on her face, awaiting Beckett's final inquiry. Alright, let's ask her about medication first. The pills in the bathroom. Oh yes, I need to inform the reality principal. He should be taking those. Are you also on prescription? Oh, pay no attention to those, Mr. Beckett. The doctor gave me them as a backup in case Peregrine ran out. So the flowers, are they all picked by him? Did you peek into my room, Mr. Beckett? Just doing my job. You men are all the same. What's Peregrine's relationship like with his uncle? Arnold? He's a good man. I was hoping he'd call to tell me Peregrine was at the site today, but nothing. Anyone in particular he's close with at work? Oh, my Peregrine. He'll be friends with everyone. Such a lovely boy. You'd like him, Mr. Beckett. I found some theater tickets in his room. He adores the theater. When I was younger, I was an actress. People would queue to see me. Do you know who he was with? Oh, Peregrine would always go alone. He liked it better that way. I believe he bought 2 tickets. Perhaps with a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Oh no, my Peregrine doesn't have one of those. He's a pure child. He's not driven by animal instincts. Beckett sees no point. Yeah, I don't either. The voice in the back of his mind is calling Beckett away. There's momentum now. Well, Miss Starlight, I'll be on my way. You'll hear from me shortly. Oh, thank you so much, she said. There's something else unsaid. Mr. Beckett, do you find the female body attractive? I have done. I can see that you're a man with, well, certain needs, and Miss Starlight, I'll be in touch. You don't want none of that. Please bring him home to me, she said. Miss Starlight, I'll be in touch, spoke Beckett. Oop, crap. Excuse me, can I speak with you? A dwarf girl. And how cute. Oh, it's that jellyfish from the bar. The girl was small in height, but middle in years. Her fingers were stubby and worn. Excuse me, is this about Peregrine? What do you know? We were friends. Were? I mean, we are friends, just we fought. I think that's why he left. It was a terrible argument. I think she starts to cry. It's a wail that makes Beckett grimace. We were in love, she said. Did you go to the theater with him the night before last? No, he didn't want to take me. That's why we fought. There was nothing else to be said. Well, he was planning on taking somebody. Wait, she said. I'm pregnant. It is. Beckett runs his hand through his hair. He sees a number of hairs in his palm, then wipes them across the fabric of his trousers to remove the grease. He considers the person at the end of the passage, checks his watch, decides any response is not worth the effort. Whoa. Whoa. Amy. To her parents, Amy was detached. She lacked their values and found companions in those parts of society she was warned against. To her parents, Amy was lost. They made little effort to understand why she was who she was. Instead, they put it down to numbers. She was one of 5, and it was 5 to 1 that one of their children should turn out this way. Which way? We all got to go our own way, but the signposts keep us right. Don't stray from the path. Only badness will be found in darkness beyond. She would sit by the pond, tears in her eyes, wishing things were different, wishing she was different, but never really meaning it. Do you remember me? Oh, Amy was Beckett's wife. Do you remember me? Borough grew from its markets. Before the factories, it was known for its fresh fish and imported fruits. Less so now. Manufacturing brought changes as its workers left their wooden trawlers for buzzsaws and steel. Markets now service a capitalist desire for stuff over necessity. People come to spend money, what little they have, but spending makes them feel better, so that's okay. And every so often you'll see an upper amongst the mix, and some lucky trader will strike a purchase that means they close up shop early and return home to spend time with their families. That's the dream, the illusion. Beckett comes here to think. The bustle helps him clear his mind. Bric-a-brac, restless, sleeping memories. Ideas emerge, plans form, inspiration. Beckett has come to realize that his best thoughts aren't of his making. He just catches them as they emerge from the ether. All right, we got some change. We've got meat, all types of meat. Popcorn, better days. man. Let's check out this meat. The meat stall collects flies, flesh, and decay. Beckett pushes his nails into the palms of his hands, feeling bones beneath his skin, flesh and decay. Nearby, a child wails for ice cream. When Beckett was a child, he was fed raw bacon rind as a treat. He recalls it sticking in his throat as he gagged, old fingers pulling it out. Gross. The popcorn stand presents the world as a cinema show. Pay your money, sit back and enjoy the performance. A long time ago, here, son, the seller said, a cardboard container full of popcorn in exchange for more money than it's worth. Of course. Beckett placed a few pieces in his mouth and he used his tongue to remove all the shells from between his teeth. Beckett bites down on his tongue. Ow. Jesus. Things for your fingers. Jewelry. Clothing of all sizes. We adorn ourselves with artifacts, making ourselves more than human. See me for what I wear. See me for the money they part with. Clothes. Women and children are lost in hanging clothes. A multitude of fabrics swaying as their prospective buyers shift between them and inspect their tags. Price is important. A child cries in the corner as his mother abandons him in search for a bargain. She will return, but for this moment she ceases to exist. The world has blurred through tears. Wow. Castor's stall is open. Miss you. He knows Beckett. There's history. Castor, this guy over here. Whoa. Okay, this is the beetle dude. A cage filled with exotic beetles. Greens, blue, and gold. They writhe and struggle over each other, clicking and clacking. A metallic rainbow. A rainbow. A metallic rainbow. Castor bears a silver grin with eyes on Beckett. They know each other. He holds an assortment of delicate chains over his palm. Let's see. Cost of life. Jailer and executioner, a well-suited man steps forward. How much? He inquires. 42. No, sorry, that's 12. 12 notes, replies Castor. I'll take one. Suit turns to Beckett. The wife will love me for it. Castor reaches into the cage through a top hatch. The movement causes a riot of wings and heavy flight. A beautiful specimen is held between two slender fingers, nails, thick nails curling over their tips. He places the insect on the table and the wings retract. There's a small bowl filled with tubes. Beckett observes as Castor takes one and deftly unscrews its plastic lid, forcing a sizable amount of the clear liquid on the undersides of the insect, which is now holds upside down and near to his face. The attachment to the chain is executed with skill, and powerful grip holds something. Hesitation off, replies Suit. Too quick snip. Where is Oh, that's dumb. I can click on it. Maybe it'll yeah. Okay, here we go. I'll take one. Read all that. A beautiful specimen. The attachment to the chain is executed with skill, and a powerful hold grips the bug and steel together until the clear liquid has become a white solid. Wings on or off? There is little hesitation. Off, replies Suit. 2 quick snips, and 2 membranous pieces fall gently off to the table. The necklace is handed over and the money is exchanged. Whew, that was difficult. That must be the guy in the suit. Nice, shiny, new quarter. I'm liking this. It would take a special person to thoroughly enjoy this game because it is so different. It would take, I don't know. Butterfly keys, huh? The butterfly keys. Oh, it's a cafe. Holds memories for Beckett. Take a moment to reflect, step inside, and he picks the dirt under his nails and wipes his hand across his trousers. Move on, the future's calling. A discolored carpet with an array of shoes, all worn without owners. They're either lost, discarded, or left behind. The man with worn teeth and empty eyes sits cross-legged next to his goods. He isn't wearing shoes. An irony. There's nothing here for Beckett. Bric-a-brac. Beckett spots a few items that would not be out of place in Daisy Starlight's house. Meaningless junk. Projected values. Worthless. Fine. I guess. There we go. Ooh, it's dark in here. Now where to? Over here. Yes. Click. The Butterfly Keys has been in the borough since better days. Its management hasn't changed, holding onto a relic from their past. Its tea draws crowds and keeps them away. Amy would order a spiced apple, while Beckett's kept to gunpowder. He recalls her smile as she inhaled its scent and brought the cup to her lips. To kiss her lips again. Beckett takes a moment and clears his head. He needs to consider the present without disruption from the past. Interference, but it's one of the few places Beckett has left. There's clarity here, inside. Alright, hi there. Can I help you? Yeah, oh, right there I am. Who's this? People watcher, eh? He sits with a pen and a writing pad, scanning the room for inspiration and hurriedly transferring his observation subconscious mix to paper. He hasn't spotted Beckett. It's only a matter of time until he's woven into the story. Grab any seat that's free. We'll be able to take your order in a minute. Cool? At one point, the use of the word cool would have been in fashion. The boy with the acne face is obviously operating on the fringe. Either that or he's ignorantly out of touch. Cool. Here? Coffee drinkers, eh? Friends united by shared views and ethical similarities are gathered and openly enthusiastic in their discussion. Catching eyes and minds with their ideas, Beckett isn't interested in their words. They're of no consequence. I hope you guys, whoever's here, I hope y'all are enjoying it. If ain't nobody here, then I'm enjoying it. Menu. Beckett takes the menu from its center, falls in a single printed page. It's a rant in typed ink, something about a war that never happened and a conspiracy in the city. We're all wanting answers. Who cares if the answers we get are wrong? Beckett places the sheet in front of him, removes the pen from his jacket, click, and jots down his own thoughts on its reverse. Somewhere along the way, he orders and receives a gunpowder tea, but has no recollection of this. The boy is on prescription antipsychotics, on referral to the reality principle. His mother has this down as soft paranoia. Find out more. Antipsychotics for soft paranoia? No way. Peregrine works at a building site with his uncle, Arnold Greyhound. His mother believed him to have friends there. Go speak with them. Okay. The boy has a fascination with Monument Park and likes collecting flowers. He may be there. He went to the theater the night before last. The ticket suggests Peregrine was with someone else. Who was this? Whoa. Something. Depression was always there. Oh, the depression. The depression was always there. Beckett couldn't understand its temperament and tried desperately to connect with Amy when she was taken by its ebbs and flows. He was cut from a different cloth. To him, life could be a heavy burden. It could slow you down, it could make you angry and frustrated, but it was manageable. He found a way to lock up erratic emotions and observe them from the outside objectively, at arm's length. God, I wish I could do that. I lose my mind over the smallest things, like the world's going to end. As a child, Beckett had overcome his fear of insects by exposure. No, exposure therapy is a nightmare. He did the same with his emotions. He kept them in boxes near his beds. He would force himself to look at them, to examine them, to understand. Any unknown breeds fear, he was told. By whom? It doesn't matter. A friend of his father's, no doubt. Yes, sir. He was more like his father than he cared to admit. He grew up believing his father to be emotionally retarded. His mother would wipe away tears formed through words, reading from paper pages, while this old man would listen to the radio's constant stream, laughing at tales of misfortune and coughing heavily into a discolored handkerchief, red speckles seeping into the fabric. A vision in red. Blink, they're all dead. Man. Hospital. Is this the hospital that Beckett was in? Gibberish. Can I help you? The receptionist! Can I help you? She said. I'm here to see the reality principal. Please take a ticket. Excuse me. I didn't mean to burp in your ear. The dead don't care. This leaflet was standard issue by the city. Within its pages was a series of nonsense designed to both confuse and calm in equal measure, the two being happy bedfellows if the copywriter is worth his salt. Okay. Beckett. Mother and child. Bleeding arms. Pregnant woman. Unhealthy couple. Lady and rabbit. Can I talk to all of these? The woman is approaching old age. Her face expresses both hope and worry. Hands rest on her bloated stomach. Inside the future forms, the wheels of fate set in motion. Unknown. The man scratches his arms. Small bubbles of blood form as his nails dig away at the flesh. Flakes of skin delicately fall to the floor. The unhealthy couple. Wheezing, mountains of flesh, sweaty hands rubbing against strained fabric. Beside him, a diminutive figure. She is a quarter of his organic mass. She sits with a ticket clasped in her hands and a look of terror in her eyes. Oh, abusive. An old woman sits with a rabbit in a cage. The creature has backed into the corner, ears flat. He senses only bad things to come. The woman leans close to her child. He has a bandage wrapped around his head, a comic book in his hands. The woman notices Beckett's attention and returns a sympathetic smile. Beckett can't help but watch as the man scratches into his flesh, the skin breaking under his fingers, making way for a slight trickle of blood. Ew! Ew, look at this guy. Ew, and his flaky skin on the ground. Can you see them? I'm not sure. Just don't let them inside. Once they're in, they never come out. Okay. We regret to inform you that due to underfunding, understaffing, and undertaking, your wait might be longer than advertised. Please retreat into your own imaginations for entertainment until your number is called. Bucket. Hi. Hi, Noodle. Yeah, it's called Beckett. Ooh, I see them. Ew. Buggy bugs. Ew, oh shit. We are here not because of our choosing. Everyone remembers the shooting. No one remembers the brainwashing. Testimony was obtained from the children. They use memory tools, time-controlled suggestion machines, constructing sister worlds. We watch and wonder as the magpie pulls out the squirrel's eye. Insects crawl deep under our skin as experiments on the human mind begin.
Take a medical instrument shaped like an ice pick, insert it through the top of the patient's eye socket, and swish it back and forth, severing a portion of the frontal lobes from the rest of the brain.
Lobotomy. The war never happened, they say. The war never happened. Only then do we realize the beauty of forgetting.
In the past, we did more damage than we do now. But the point I want to make is that the damage done by the illness is so much more disabling than the damage the present-day operations do.
We all forget. We're all forgotten. It's just a matter of time. Wow. Patient 3107, you can go through now. That was the number printed on his ticket. Wait. This is so cool. Um, God, there is so much to look at here. Two nurses lost in conversation. Beckett has no desire to intervene. God, if it branches off and... Are you lost, dear? I'm looking for reality principal office. Of course, just keep going the direction you're going and you'll get there. Thank you. That sounds so weird. Alright, we'll go this way. The person in the wheelchair is old beyond years. They are wrapped in a blanket, showing life through the yellow of their eyes and the faint wheeze as air pulls into their lungs via the tubes in their nose. This is Frankie, our little guinea pig. Remarkably, really, that Frankie's still with us. Most people don't last more than a few weeks under the treatment, but Frankie has managed several years. Of course, there's no room for Frankie here, really. The wards are taken up with the younger people, so that we just keep our poor old sod out here in the passages. It's fine. Frankie don't mind, do you, dear? Frankie's eyes are staring at Beckett, lips starting to form shapes, gray tongue popping in and out. Oh, look, I think Frankie's really going to say something. Both Beckett and the nurse move near, and the smell of piss and stale breath is overwhelming. 3 words. Don't trust her. It all starts here. The young man pushes his mop around a pool of blood and shit. Okay, so I can't. Excuse me. The boy turns to Beckett. He is sweating with effort. I'm looking for the reality principal's office. The boy strains to get out his words. Beckett feels his pain. You. The boy stops. He shuts his eyes, take a breath. He gestures to his right and nods. Thank you. Oh, God. I forgot the patient number. was expecting someone else. Forgot your patient number, did we? Not a good start. I'm not a patient. Sit down, please. Be with you in a moment. On the reality principal's desk is a cage. In the cage is a bird. It pecks methodically at a continuous stream of tiny black spiders spilling from a silk and white sack placed near the door of the cage. Hundreds climb the bird's body, trailing their delicate thread. The bird's neck and eyes twitch. The animal senses danger but rarely understands it. The bird pecks, the spiders weave and tie. The bird shifts, breaking the delicate cocoon, but with the encasement is becoming stronger ever so slowly. The bird is dying. It doesn't understand. God. The reality principal watches Beckett with interest. The horrors of the birdcage is a test of sorts. A beautiful specimen, I'm sure you'd agree. Just a matter of time. It doesn't seem fair. No, I suppose not. Experiments never are. You could stop it. True. But now that we're underway, the best thing to do is sit back and observe. You know, there's always a chance that he'll survive this ordeal. The reality principle is hard to describe, as whenever you look away from him, or even blink, you forget his features. Male or female, young or old, it's impossible to say. Yet there is a distinct familiarity. The eyes feel wholesome and filled with intelligence. The voice feels masterful and informed, gentle and understanding, hateful and full of love. So how are we today? I'm here about Peregrine Starlight. Of course you are. Listen to the sound of my voice. What you are observing is your brain. It's alive, constantly processing, a reality machine, as it were. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Try pressing a few buttons. If you're of sound mind, these questions won't get to you. Now, let's begin. Try thinking left. Now try thinking right. You're a natural. Have you experienced loss?
Was your father alive now?
I can't read and do this.
Tell me about your mother. When was the last time you left? Do you ever feel uncomfortable in state?
Ow!
I can see you feel guilt. Close your eyes. Is it light or dark? Feel this pain. Is it real? Are you having trouble sleeping?
Are you having trouble sleeping?
No!
No!
Are you ever aware of the wind on the sky? What are your fears? Do you feel in control? Do you care if you live or die? Do you hear voices?
I don't know what that slow. Ooh. What that slow one over there is gonna do. God damn it.
Are you sexually active? How would you describe it?
God. Success. Hey! The reality principle sits back in his chair and holds Beckett's gaze. It reaches across to the left-hand drawer and removes a leaflet. Places it on the desk in front of Beckett. Yeah, he's not coping very well. That's all very interesting. I hope it helps. Can you tell me, are both Peregrine Starlight and Daisy Starlight being treated? Beckett, I can't tell you that. Peregrine is missing and he doesn't have his pills. The city needs to be informed. They already know. I see. Is he dangerous? Not in any physical sense, but reality is a fragile thing. He must be brought in. I've got a few leads. I'm sure you have. Now, if you could please lie down on the consolation bed, we shall continue. A record of his actions should be fed back to the city. Sometimes it's easier to comply. They would never talk about those days. Happy days for Beckett. Amy would scream if Beckett suggested it or ventured into this unfamiliar territory. She tore it down and ripped it up any posters that remained. Beckett kept one. He kept it folded in a box that he locked with numbers that Amy would never remember. Over time, the truth of how they met, how they courted, how they fell in love, all of it became a reenactment. A performance that would bend to the whims of its actors and audience. An interactive drama where every choice distorts reality. Questioning the way things were and presenting the ways they should have been. Or is it the way things could have been? Amy is long gone now, taken from this world. Now Beckett keeps the poster behind glass in a dark corner. Everything stays locked away. It's a confirmation of the past and the sole reason for his future. He keeps Amy alive by living. Alright. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to hop off here. I have a meeting tomorrow with a few teachers up here at the school. I live right by the school, so it starts at 11, which is normally when I want to start streaming. So I'll be on. Y'all wish me luck on taking the kids to the game tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here.